Two newscasts from opposite ends of the country united by a common figure. On September 18th, local area newscaster WBNS reported on a small press conference held by the Council on American-Islamic Relations.
Here in Central Ohio, a coalition of Muslim, Jewish, and Christian organizations are standing together. The organizations are boycotting the Strong Cities Network conference. The reason for this, they say pro-Palestinian voices are being suppressed.
The TV station did not have time to go into which groups were supporting CAIR at the press conference, but apparently one of the organizations supporting CAIR in this matter is the Jewish Voice for Peace, which is neither Jewish nor peaceful. JVP is not a Jewish organization. They are not concerned with Jews. They are supporters of Palestine. They support Ilhan Omar. They support Resmea Odeh, who is responsible for a supermarket bombing in Israel that killed 2 men.
Back to you.
Rod, did the U.S. Attorney's Office have anything to say about the case?
Yes, they put out a lengthy statement this afternoon, and basically what they said is that Odeh, it's indisputable that she was involved in a bombing that killed 2 Israelis back in 1969. There were 2 separate bombings, one at the British Embassy and also at a shopping mall, and they say that she knew that she had been sentenced to death, or not sentenced to death, but sentenced to life in prison, had been traded in a prisoner's swap, and that when she came to come into this country, she knew full well that she'd been arrested and that she was not allowed into this country as a U.S. citizen. She lied in her forms, and they say that is why she's being deported back to Jordan.
JVP supports the October 7th atrocities.
The Strong Cities Network is a global network of cities that host events to address hate and discrimination. Representatives with the organization expressed disappointment after they say the Council on American-Islamic Relations, also known as CAIR, was uninvited to yesterday's event. Organizers say they didn't want to take focus away from the event, but members with CAIR say they weren't invited because their beliefs don't fit the event's narrative.
Unfortunately, it seems this conference is in love with Muslims who would not criticize the genocide that is ongoing in Palestine today, and I think that is wrong.
This might be a good indication of why Strong Cities did not want CAIR at their event. Together with the company he keeps, that sort of rhetoric might be why Strong Cities is not in love with CAIR. Meanwhile, on this same day, thousands of miles away, on a different network on the other side of the country, the same story was being played out in San Diego, California.
I'm Monica Dean. Welcome back. Members of San Diego's Muslim community are calling out the National Conflict Resolution Center, saying it has failed to represent Muslim voices here in San Diego. Today, the group gathered outside an NCRC training event.
There is a discussion about Islamophobia. However, the NCRC has failed to reach out to student representatives and organizations.
Did the Resolution Center fail, or did CAIR fail? Does the Resolution Center need CAIR, or does CAIR need the National Conflict Resolution Center?
Failed to reach out to student representatives and organizations like CAIR.
Is the Conflict Resolution Center braying into the camera outside CAIR headquarters? Like Strong Cities, the National Conflict Resolution Center is a legitimate organization that gives out money and doesn't want to associate with thugs. CAIR missed out on not only the legitimacy association with the National Conflict Resolution Center would give, but possibly some money as well.
And organizations like CAIR that represent the greater San Diego Muslim community, over 100,000 Muslims within San Diego.
CAIR does not represent 100,000 Muslims in San Diego or anywhere else. The last time anyone looked, CAIR is comprised of about 3,000 people. If they are such a large organization as they claim, why not hold your own event and ignore the NCRC?
Failed to reach out to us, have failed to understand the students' concerns, and how are you going to have a community event addressing Islamophobia without hearing local voices and stories and understanding their concerns?
The Council of American-Islamic Relations believes the NCRC has an opportunity to rebuild trust by fostering genuine collaboration with local Muslim leaders, students, organizations, and other community groups, including San Diego's Jewish community. They say by doing so, the center can help create more inclusive initiatives to combat Islamophobia. When asked if the group reached out to the National Conflict Resolution Center directly with their concerns before today's training, they said they did not.
Well, of course they didn't. Conflict creation is what you get with the Council on American-Islamic Relations.
Unfortunately, it seems this conference is in love with the Muslims who would not criticize the genocide that is ongoing in Palestine today.